Welcome to a new season of the MusicalPodcast, brought to you by JohnnyMurray Production in association with Blooming and Bloom Limited. Thank you for listening, following, and for rating our MusicalPodcast. This is not just music, not just story. It is a journey into the ways we choose, the paths we build, the futures we imagine together. In every culture, decisions have been guided by symbols, by myths, by the wisdom passed through generations. Today, we stand at the crossroads of ancient knowledge and modern intelligence. We call it moral intelligence, the courage to choose with fairness and care. And we call it ethical AI, a new companion to help us protect what makes us human. This season, every episode will carry you through sound, poetry, and reflection to show how imagination, ethics, and technology can come together as guides for our lives. Because choices are not just calculations, they are stories, they are journeys, they are the shape of who we become. So step inside, listen deeply, and let this season open the door to a new way of deciding with wisdom, with meaning, with music. So, let's begin. Dear listeners, in this new season we step into the Mundus Imaginalis, the imaginal world. Mundus Imaginalis is a term first developed by French philosopher Henry Corbin. It means the imaginal world, and not to be confused with the imaginary. It is a realm between the physical and the spiritual, where symbols, visions, and stories carry truth. Corbin's idea meets the thought of Carl Jung, who spoke of archetypes and the collective unconscious. Both saw imagination not as fantasy, but as a doorway, a place where the human soul encounters meaning, and where choices can be guided by images older and deeper than ourselves. A place that is not fantasy, not physical, but something in between. A world of symbols, dreams, and stories that guide the way we think, feel, and decide. Let's begin. Imagine you are standing before a choice. It could be small, like what step to take tomorrow, or it could be vast, like which direction to give your life. At first glance, the choice looks flat. Just options on a page, pros and cons, logical calculations. But if you listen carefully, there is another doorway. A place where choices take on form and story. That place is the Mundus Imaginalis, the imaginal world. Step inside with me. Here, your decision doesn't appear as a line on a list. It becomes a symbolic landscape, a crossroads in a city, a stairway waiting to be climbed, a street that needs crossing. These are not just fantasies. They are images carrying meaning, showing you what your inner self feels about the path ahead. Walk further, and you'll notice that this world is safe to explore. You can try on possibilities here without consequence. Do you want to follow the road home, where safety waits, or wander into the wild city, where freedom calls? Each route plays itself out in front of you, like rehearsals for reality. By moving through these images, you begin to see your strategies more clearly. But the imaginal world is not only yours, it belongs to humanity as a whole. The hero, the trickster, the phoenix rising from ashes. These are symbols that have guided people for centuries. They whisper lessons from cultures and histories far beyond your own, offering strategic wisdom hidden inside story and myth. And there is something more. In the Mundus Imaginalis, your head and your heart finally meet. That conflict you feel, between logic pulling one way and emotion pulling another, shows itself as a vivid image. Your home that promises protection, a city that offers adventure, Seeing it this way doesn't just solve the conflict, it transforms it into a dialogue between two parts of yourself. Finally, the most important gift of this world: meaning. A decision here is not just efficient, it is alive. What once felt like a burden can now be lived as a hero's trial, a test of courage, or a chapter in your larger story. And meaning, once discovered, gives resilience. It keeps you moving when the road is hard. This is why we bring the Mundus Imaginalis into decision-making. Because choices are not just calculations, they are journeys. And when you walk through them with symbols, images, and stories as your companions, you don't just find strategies. You find yourself.
Before the choice, be guided by your inner voice. The gate of logic stands unlocked, but dreams await. Step through and walk. A city to roam. A stairway to climb. A road to cross. A moment in time. The imaginal world is never just yours. It echoes through cultures, through legends, through wars. In pages of history, in stories retold, lies wisdom eternal, more precious than gold. Balance the safety with daring adventure. Be watchful. Be bold. A seeker. Avenger. Keep on dreaming. Follow your visions. Find their meaning. And seek your decisions.
Thank you for listening, following, and for rating our musical podcast.